To give you some idea, that school is off of Anderson Road near Hiram Clark. That's in southwest Houston. What we know at this point is one suspect is in custody, according to police, but police are still searching through the school for other possible suspects. We do understand that the school was on lockdown briefly. Now, police say that scene is still active, and the Houston Fire Department and paramedics are also on this scene. Just to read this tweet to you, there is one suspect in custody. Officers searching the school for any other possible suspects. Scene is still active. So we want to go to the scene right now and join our Erica Simon, who has just arrived there. Erica, I know there are a lot of very worried parents. We can see somebody walking their student home. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Melanie, there is certainly an active and busy scene out here. You alluded to someone being in custody. Well, as far as the ground here and the people who are waiting to find out what happened, it is certainly a wait-and-see game. There are parents coming by, obviously worried about their kids once they heard that there was a shooting here. We've seen a lot of students coming out crying. They're holding their friends, they're holding their teachers, they're holding their parents, and you're going to see a lot of that as people are walking by. We don't have much information from where we are, but I want to describe what we are seeing. We just had some police tape put up here to the left and to our right. There's also some HPD officers with tactical gear. They've been putting on helmets, they've been mounting up some of their weapons, and they're walking towards the school. We've also seen an HPD bomb squad that has come out here as well, and we're also hearing reports about an ambulance having to go here into the scene. This is one of those things, Melanie, as I'm walking you through this, that we hear about happening across the country, and you never ever want to see it happening in your backyard, but that is what's unfolding. And as we see more and more worried parents and more units that are coming out, we're getting the feeling that this is very serious. This is not a scare. This is very serious. We can tell based on the sense of panic that we're seeing in law enforcement and with all of the parents. Now, we have had a chance to talk to some of the students that they walked by. One woman said, or girl rather, student said that she did see broken windows inside the school. She said that she heard screaming, and she said that she saw blood. That is a student account. Again, guys, very active. This is all happening right now. We are going to have to get back here in a minute, we're told, behind the police tape. But as you can see, there are EMS units going by. There's a number of Harris County Constable Sheriff's deputies out here as well who are helping and assisting HPD. But my photographer Francisco, he's walking ahead of me now, trying to just get a better vantage point of what we're seeing. We're hearing reports as well that somebody possibly may have fainted out here, so that's what some of the rush and the franticness that we're seeing. Let's see, I'm not quite to Fran yet, but yes, you're seeing before I do, someone has fainted on the ground. Let me recap, let me bring you back. Again, lots of tears, lots of worried parents, trying to see if their child is okay on this 6th through 12th grade campus. It is the Yes Prep Southwest Secondary School here off Hiram Clark and Anderson Road. From my
transported, but you indicated that someone may have fainted. Is that right?
Yes, Mel, and that's what we're trying to give you a live picture of. We're at the back of this crowd here. It looks like a student that he may have fainted. That's what someone was yelling out here, trying to get EMS or medical personnel to come and look at him. Looks like a male student. He's breathing. He's panting very hard from what I can see, so thank God he's okay. He's conscious. But there's a lot that's happened here today, and so he may have just simply been overwhelmed and, quite frankly, scared, right? So don't know his status, but it looks like that we can see that he is breathing. But Mel, I don't know honestly if I've ever even been on a story or a situation like this, like in the moment like this, where I've seen so many people running by, crying and scared and just desperately trying to find and locate their child to see if they're okay. They're on the phones, they're talking to family members. I've heard.
All right, we may have lost Erica for just a moment there, but she's updating us. Okay, and we have a picture back now. At this point, you can see a number of officers there on the scene. We seem to have lost Erica's audio, but what you can tell pretty quickly here is the number of parents who've shown up who are looking for their children, as Erica indicated. Well, what we do know is that this is Yes Preparatory School. It's on the southwest side of town, Hiram Clark and Anderson Road. We are hearing that one suspect is in custody. Police have tweeted that out. They are still searching through the school for any other possible suspects. And as you can see here, that scene is very much still active. What we're hearing is also one patient has been taken to the hospital. That is care of Houston Fire Department at this point. The paramedics are speaking. Mayra Moreno has just joined me on the set here, and we are trying to kind of keep you up to date. Mayra?
Yeah, and obviously everything is unfolding fairly quickly, Melanie, so we're trying to get everyone out there as much information as we can. That way, I know there's a lot of parents that are probably just hearing about this and wondering what is going on. So I do want to give you a quick update from the Houston Police Department's Twitter page, and it says here, within the last 4 minutes, the staging area for parents is at West Fuquay and Hiram Clark. Students will be arriving at that location. Officers will be on hand to assist, and of course, they will be providing more updates as soon as they can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a desperate situation at the moment.
We want to go back to the scene right now, and as we understand, a student may be speaking to one of our reporters there. Let's listen in.
Can you describe this whole scene to me? I mean, you have people fainting, you have cops everywhere.
It feels like a movie. It feels like it's like I'm just dreaming. It feels surreal. It doesn't look real, but it's going on. It's really happening.
Did you go to the school by any chance or anything?
Yes, I did. I'm an alumni. I graduated from here, and I felt safe all the time I was here. And it's crazy what's going on.
Can you tell me what do you feel inside?
I feel heartbroken. I feel scared. I have anxiety, so this is just really like going through the roof. I just want him to be safe, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel after these days after he comes. I don't know how I'm gonna feel letting him come.
What is your name?
Mitzi
And what is your last name?
Cruz.
All right, you were just hearing there from an alumni. She mentioned the fact that she'd gone to this school, always felt safe, and as though this was where she needed to be. But as she comes out now, she says, I'm heartbroken, I'm sad about what has happened to my school. Of course, we still haven't heard from students who were inside at the time. We don't know if there was a shooting or not. We are looking at live pictures, so we are literally seeing this scene as you are seeing it for the very first time.
Yeah, and I wanted to point out that she seemed like she was trying to stay calm, but at the same time, you can just see the anxiety and the fear.
Right.
As she mentioned, she does deal with anxiety. So you can only imagine, Melanie, I feel like we have talked so much about school shootings. And when you hear something like this, obviously, you're quick to panic.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And you can see all there as well, and so is Roxy Bustamante. All of them at this point trying to get as much information as they can and get to us. But as you can see there, so many emergency vehicles on the campus, because I'm sure at this point, if you hear the word school shooting and you're in law enforcement, you immediately drop whatever you're doing and get out there as quickly as you can.
You know, and Melanie, I'm sure by now, sadly, they have a plan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
They have a protocol when it comes to school shootings. Can we listen in to maybe be a student?
That's when I was like, oh, okay. I told the teacher to please close the door, and then I went to another classroom and I stayed in there with the kids and the teacher.
But you go to the school, right? Obviously.
Yes.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade. Did you guys hear anything? Like,
I heard the big bang.
Well,
and
they were
that's
messaging a lot.
That's when I saw a teacher and the staff people started. There were a group of kids, and that's when they started saying to please start getting in the classroom. And that's when I panicked myself, and that's when I started going to a classroom and see where I could stay.
what did it feel like to reunite with your brothers and your dad?
Well, I was with my brother. I was mostly scared for this one because I didn't know where he was, nor there was no way to communicate with him. But right now I feel a little bit more relieved that we're all okay.
That's your dad?
Yeah.
What a scare, man.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Well, and you
What is
just
your name,
heard
sir?
there from a student, a
And your
senior
last name?
in high school
Guevara.
there.
And
And
these are
she
your
says she
kids?
heard a big
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah.
And
That's
at that
scary.
point, teachers were telling kids to get inside the classroom. She, of course, panicked because she didn't know where her little brother was. But now they all seem to be reconciled. But now you're seeing
you
students
see them?
coming out. Unfortunately, that familiar stance, kids walking out of a school with their hands up to indicate that they do not have any weapons on them. Yeah, just unfortunately, we have seen this so many times now, Mayra, that this is become just a familiar scene, just imprinted on your brain. And you see all of these students, I'm assuming mostly students coming out.
Yeah, it seems like students. I did see a student walk by as well. She had one of her hands up and the other one, she was holding her cell phone up. I'm sure she is also desperate to touch base with her loved
friends,
ones.
her parents, let everybody know where she is at this point.
Sheriff Ed Gonzalez was out there as well, as you can see, obviously.
And you see a lot of officers there in camouflage and fatigues there. I'm sure SWAT is probably on the scene, although we're not able to see very much at this point, just the gate there, entrance, as it says, into the school. But you do see so many parents, and I'm sure the word went out instantly, and parents just freaked out, dropped everything and ran over to see if they could pick up their students or find out what was happening. But, oh, just so gut-wrenching to see those students walking out with their hands above their head.
Yeah, and I was looking to see Sheriff Ed Gonzalez is pretty good about tweeting and updating people.
Information, yeah.
But the last tweet, it just did mention the staging area for parents. Again, want to repeat that for you guys. That way, if you are just tuning in and you're wondering where can you go, what can you do, it is at West Fuquay at Hiram Clark.
At Hiram Clark, yeah.
Hiram Clark,
yeah.
yes. And the sheriff is making sure that you guys know. It says, do not come to the school. Do not come to the school. Go to the staging area. We pulled up the tweet from HPD for you. So there you go. West Fuquay and Hiram Clark is where parents need to go.
Well, and at this point, obviously, they don't want parents inside this. Oh, that's Micah. Micah Hatfield, is that you? Erica, it is Erica.
Running off. Yeah, I got it.
Erica, can you hear us? Erica Simon?
Hey, Mel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I sure can. Are
Yep,
we seeing lots
I
of...
got you.
Okay, are we seeing lots of students come out at this point, Erica? What are you all able to see where you are?
Yeah, Mel, you're still seeing a stream of students walk down this very walkway. There's some teachers on the other side who are shepherding them away from the campus and away from the scene. So yes, the ones with the mask, those are the ones who are walking by. Some of them are greeting their parents halfway along the route, running into their arms in relief, as you can imagine. But yes, there's still a steady stream coming out. They're trying to get as many people, HPD is, up out of that scene and out of the perimeter and the barrier that's blocked off with the police tape. I want to say earlier, I think I said that it might have been a student who fell out or passed out. They said now it looks like this is an adult. So we still don't know his condition, but he is breathing. He is responsive. That is the good news. Beyond our viewpoint and beyond this perimeter, it is very active. All we can see are lights. We have seen a couple of more HPD units go in with tactical gear, you know, the full fatigue, the rifles, the helmets. So, you know, not sure what that means. I know you said at least one person has been taken into custody, but they're going in as if they're, you know, either going to secure the place or make sure that there's no other threat. I'm guessing that's what's happening because they're in full-on gear. I'm told that this is a 6th through 12th grade campus. You know, where I originally thought this was just a high school, but there are kids as young as 6th grade, we're told here. But what you're going to see continuously, and I'm imagining for the next little bit, are just worried parents in and beyond the police tape. They are not taking no for an answer when it comes to getting to their babies. Some of them are going beyond the tape, and they are going as far as they can before being stopped. There are students to my left and students to my right trying to leave the campus. The only people getting in here at this point are EMS crews, are law enforcement groups, any specialty groups, like we've seen the bomb squad truck go in there, and again, tactical teams have gone in as well. So you may have more information than I do at this point, but man, if images and words could paint a picture, there is a lot going on out here.
Absolutely.
Francisco, my photographer, he is Spanish speaking. Quite a few of these students are speaking Spanish. And actually, Mel, if you can hold on here, we've got a student here and permission from the mother to talk to us about what he's seen. If you don't mind, we'd love to just get him in real quick and kind of get this eyewitness point of view.
Yeah,
Hi, just look at me, sweetheart. Yep. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What grade are you in?
7th grade.
Tell me what you saw, sweetheart.
When I was coming out, I saw blood and glass shattering everywhere.
Did you hear something? Did someone tell you to get out of the classroom or to hide? What happened?
My teacher told me to step back of the classroom where nobody can see you. And then the officers came saying, put your hands up, go outside.
All this happened very quickly?
Yeah, it took us like an hour and a half for all of this.
Did you hear anything that happened? Did you hear about any students or anyone being hurt?
No, but I heard the principal got shot.
That's what you heard.
Yeah.
There's still obviously students coming out, right? From what
Yeah.
you can see, everybody's not out of the building.
Yeah, I think the high schoolers is just coming out right now.
Okay, but you were among the first to leave.
No, I'm like first it was 6th grade, and then they're clear. I was upstairs with my teacher, and then they clear us.
Okay, are you relieved, of course, to see your family?
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm alive and here.
My goodness.
This is something you or none of your classmates ever imagined having to experience, right? You hear about that growing up, but you've probably never imagined something like this would happen on your campus.
Yeah, I did heard that there was a shootout, I think, in Florida that happened, and I thought it's never gonna happen.
We're so glad you're safe. Thank you so much.
Erica,
Mel,
before you let
just
him-
heard from him there. Obviously, we're going to have to confirm some information.
Erica, before
Yeah,
he...
no, that's okay. He's standing right here. I can bring him back. Go ahead, Mel. I can
Before
hear
he
you.
gets away, ask him what he meant by blood and glass shattered. Yeah, we want to know a little bit more about what he saw. And
Let me ask you one more
particularly-
question, honey.
Yeah.
We want to know, and I had asked somebody else this too, and they said the same thing, whether they had seen windows broken out and saw blood. But can you kind of give us more on that? Like, is that the assumption that, you were seeing the end of somebody being shot, or kind of describe a little bit more about that scene?
So the window from the front door, it was gunshots, not like broken in. And then they said the principal was standing right there, said, put the gun down. And then he just got shot, like, I think like around here.
So the principal, to your understanding, was outside of your classroom door and was trying to tell whomever the suspect